If we okay, good. Fantastic. So, welcome everybody. It is 1 o'clock to the Mythic Life experience. I think we just started recording. I'm so excited for you guys to be here. We're going to let people start filtering in. We have something pretty special in store for you guys today. I don't know if you notice what's back here, but there's a lot of crystals and feathers and flowers and plants and candles. So we want to make sure that you're also going to be joining in for this amazing ritual that we're going to do at the end of today. We're hoping to keep it to around 45 minutes, hour max. Now's your time to grab a crystal, a candle, some essential oils. Maybe you have some incense or sage, something that really brings in this element of sacred. Today is the summer solstice. It is June 21st, and it's a very special energy today. So we're really honored to be here with you guys on this special day and to have all your love and support as we do our huge big reveal.
Yes.
Do you want to do drum roll? The Mythic Life. Well, the Mythic Life experience. We have 3 full days.
Not full.
Sorry.
But they are going to be very rich with experiences and information and connecting to this wonderful community that we have around the world. And we're excited to take this journey. We have been building towards this for actually 2 years now. 2 years ago, we closed our Theta Healing NYC doors in the city and have really been on an amazing journey. And so we want to just open with connecting into what is sacred. And so if you do have, as Sarah was sharing, a crystal, a candle, or just taking a moment and connecting inward.
Before we do the anointment, so day 1 today, we're going to be doing a sacred ceremony that is going to be activating a portal for your mythic life, for the mythic life. Day 2 tomorrow, again, it's at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be mapping out your mythic life. So we're going to be doing a really incredible deep visualization process to go back in time and track what has been this journey you've been on and how you want to move forward into your mythic life. We're also opening up space to be in community, so you don't want to miss that. It's all on Zoom. Replays are on the Facebook group. And day 3 is going to be activating your mythic abilities. So we have so much rich experience to really dive deep with you guys today on what is the Mythic Life experience. I'm very, very excited.
Yes.
And we will be opening just with an intention, as Eric was saying, an invocation. Did I hear something? Everything okay? We're good. Okay. So if you're here, go ahead and pop in the chats where you're tuning in from so that we all kind of get to know each other. Make sure you keep your audio off as we're going to be going through a lot of really amazing journey with you today. And of course, we're going to do our big reveal of our website and how we're serving and connecting with you guys moving forward. So that's really exciting. Should we start?
Let's start.
Okay.
Oh, I see Kauai and Australia.
Yay!
Where in Australia are you, Daniel?
There we go. So what are you anointing me with today?
So this is pink lotus, which is wonderful for opening up the crown, and it's very high vibrational, very similar to rose, but is more for ceremonial reasons. can you smell? Oh.
Do you want to light the candle and the sage now?
Not yet.
Okay. So what I'd like you guys to do to get started is to close your eyes, tune into your body, your breath, and really start by focusing on the light in your heart. And as you're tuning into the light of your heart and you're continuing to take these full breaths, allow the light to grow and expand to your body and the room around you. And just with your intention, so bringing mindfulness, bring your consciousness into the request and the invocation of the sacred. And just take a moment here to really allow this energy to come through you and into your environment. Yay.
Thank you. Well, it has been quite a journey, everybody. These past 2 years in us transitioning and closing our doors, we continue to hold this space as Theta Healing NYC. We went on that calling for 10 years. Theta Healing NYC was in existence for 10 years. We had this purpose to it. We felt this need for a sense of sanctuary and oasis and retreat in Manhattan. We had this calling to want to support the creative, to empower the sensitive and intuitive, and to open up a sanctuary for people to heal. We had that intention of wanting to be a light in Manhattan and carried that light throughout those 10 years and connected to so many people. And it was a beautiful path. Coming through that and out of that, it created a lot of changes for Sarah and I, and for our third business partner, Tara, as well. And it really pushed us to explore. I see so many here are people that are healers, that have a very open heart. And whenever we are in our purpose, whenever we are service to the world, we're also growing within ourselves. So, our journey through Theta Healing NYC and as we closed our doors really brought us to a place of exploring the work that we are doing, exploring how we wanted to live and how we wanted to grow as a family, as a community, and what changes we wanted to see in the world. And through this journey, we came to this place of realizing that purpose with Theta Healing NYC was done, and that something new is emerging. Something was coming through. So we went into not a cocoon. We stayed connected. We wanted to still hold space for all those that we love. And it has been a journey of exploring and really finding what this next chapter is, what this new manifestation is. And we came to find, how would you put it? The sense of, what is a mythic path? What is it to be epic and to walk this planet with purpose?
Both Eric and I, we have these really distinct moments of actually seeing Joseph Campbell. There's a little sound. Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey. And so when we were really tuning into what is the next adventure that we're meant to embark on, what is really speaking in our heart, this thread started to come through. We realized that in the beginning of our practice, we worked a lot with healing people that had gone through a lot of wounds, a lot of trauma. Um, and we realized that the next step of this adventure was really working with people, with guides and mentors and leaders that were ready to really step in and be leaders, be healers. So we realized that the next soul calling is to work with people that are on their mythic journey to change the world, that really have healed, that have a message to share, and that are inspired and inspiring. And so when we started tuning in, we really found that we stepped into our new path, or at least I feel this way very greatly when we had Freya, our daughter. And this really started to change the way I started thinking about life. In New York, there's a really amazing mindset of busyness and hustling and working a lot. And when we had Freya, there was this whole invitation, universal invitation, to do things differently, to do things with more ease and grace, with more lifestyle, with more reception. And so as we were really tuning into this path, we realized that we love working with people that are ready for their mythic life. There's a whole story of how we chose the name. I don't know if we're going to go into that today, but each and every one of you has this unique design to your mythic life. For me right now, and for Eric, it is about being in nature and being in home and working with these amazing souls that are ready to lead, but also getting to spend a lot of time with our family. For you, it may be different. It is absolutely unique, but there's a divine design to it. We're going to get into that today, how to activate this portal for your own mythic life. But this was a huge realization for us as we were stepping forward.
And so as we discovered this, what has been really coming through for me is we live in these realms of the universe, that there are these ethereal realms, these spiritual planes, and they're not something that we go to when life is done. We're experiencing them in every moment. Does not need to be a separation of mundane and this mystic, this ethereal place. So it's not about, oh, I have a purpose and then I'm gonna tangibly just go through action and work it out and figure it out and like just be very 3D. It's being expanded beyond that. This to me is what Mythic is. It's realizing that you have these incredible gifts, that you are magical, that it's not just let's learn a technique and manifest and change a belief. It is a lifestyle. What is it to live an intuitive lifestyle? And this is the journey that we've been on this last year, especially. So,
and I wanted to add to that too. It's inviting in the sacred into every moment. To really live connected with your guides and source, and to really experience the magic in your work, in your day. It is completely part of who you are. So this is really the exploration and living in your mythic life, is being in the sacred.
And so what we're looking to do is help everybody really connect in with their souls and to live from a higher place. We all have this sense of purpose. We have an adventurous soul. We have come to this experience of life with intention. And what an epic journey. I mean, look at what's happening on the planet. There is so much happening. So to what would it look like to really embrace it? To have that, as Joseph Campbell put it, that hero's quest, that pathway, and to not just fall into what's being projected at you. Growing up in Santa Cruz, California, I was surrounded by a culture that it was epic. It was amazing, but it wasn't what my soul's definition of epic was. What was imprinted on me from those around me was become a fireman. So you only have to work 2 to 3 days a week. You get all this off time. You can retire at 10 years and get full benefits and have plenty of time to go surfing, right? Like, have your family, get that truck, have adventures, and it sounds awesome. And it is. I actually have one of my best friends. He is fully living it. He is a fireman. He has his 2 kids. He has his Toyota Tundra truck so he can tow his boat. And he goes surfing all the time. It is awesome. And so it sounded perfect. I was like, yes, I'm signing up. And I tried, and it was miserable. It didn't fit. That's not what I was meant to manifest. I was working towards it with action. But as soon as I let go of that imprint, and instead of consciously writing out a manifestation going, oh, I'm going to create this, I stopped making decisions. I intuited. I connected intuitively to what spoke to my heart, right? And listened. I didn't manifest to move to New York City. I never manifested to move to New York City. The most significant moments of my life, I didn't manifest for. But an aspect of me did. This is an epic life, right? Moving to New York City, having this experience with my practice, ending up in a beautiful, soulful relationship. I didn't manifest for a relationship with Sarah. It hit me over the head. I didn't manifest to have my children with intention. They came into my life and I get to be a father. This is intuitive divine timing. This is living an epic journey. So this is the journey we want to support you in. It's going to be exciting, but we have to open that up. We have to connect in and actually have the conversation with your soul. What is it to have that conversation?
And you feel it in your heart. It is a calling. It is that voice in you. This deep desire, this deep knowing of your fullest, most joyfully lived experience. It is so present. It is in the marrow of your bones, right? This mythic life. And as Eric said, it's a shedding away. It's an allowing. It's a saying yes to, right?
And there is a roadmap. So we do have something we want to share with you.
Yes. You needed this today? Good stuff. Me too. So we're going to actually be using the energy of this summer solstice, which is about fullness, which is about abundance, which is about being whole and allowing the divinity, the fullest adventure of yourself to emerge. Okay? So today is the activation for that. So we're going to be doing a really beautiful, kind of intense and amazing ceremony in just a little bit. And before we do, I first wanted to show you guys I don't know, our baby in a way. I did have a dream about this, and it was kind of my baby, of Mythic life, right? Of how we are going to be serving people and what this kind of looks like. Is there anything else we want to say before I share my screen? I think Kate will host me back, and then I'll be able to share my screen. Are we ready for that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you guys ready for this? Okay. Yay. I'm seeing some thumbs up.
And it's still recording.
Okay. So I'm here. I'm going to just make sure. I'm going to share this one, right?
Okay.
All right. So what we've done is we've really put a lot of our creative juices, but really brought in this intention of what we call the epic journey. So I'm going to share our homepage with you guys now. So if you were to go to www.mythiclife.com, you get to see our new website. We really felt called to have the labyrinth as our logo. This is something that Eric has resonated with, I don't know, since way before I ever met you. And it couldn't be more perfect for the Mythic life, which is the labyrinth is the symbolism for basically your life and the hero's journey that you're on. Mm-hmm. And we got to do a really fun photo shoot before we left New York City. So this was one of the really fun pieces that we did.
Climbing in a tree in Central Park.
Yeah. So here's what we noticed, guys, is that there is a journey to living mythically. Okay, we call this your epic journey. And it starts with the initiation. I'm going to go through every stage, but it goes from initiation to knowing to power to freedom. So is it okay if I read it to them?
Yes.
Okay. So initiation, I'm just going to read what it says here. This is kind of the first step. So this happens when life says, hello, you have an opportunity, right, to be on your epic journey. So here we go. There's a deep inner knowing in all of us, a calling. There comes a point at which it simply must be listened to. Life requires it. Sometimes the invitation to recognize who you truly are comes from deep within through the inability to deny for even a moment longer that your life simply doesn't fit. You are initiated onto the path. Sometimes life itself is in charge of the invitation. A circumstance is presented, often a relationship, health, or other crises, which demands your full attention and dedication. Either way, this is the beginning of the Mythic life journey. So that happened to me. For sure, I was denying my path, denying. I was like, no, I'm not ready for this. And life said, yes, say yes. Here's an invitation.
And that car decided to turn right.
I got an accident, and the rest is history. There's more to that story. Okay, so that is stage one. As we're going through this,
and then we follow the yellow brick road.
Then we follow the yellow brick road. As we're going through this, I just want you to just self-reflect for a minute and just kind of ask yourself, where are you on your epic journey? So I'm just going to go through these 4 stages. So
are you initiating the next step, or is life opening a door, initiating somehow? Is it through a hardship or a positive thing? It can be anything and everything. There is no negative and good in the universe. It is just creation.
All right, so next you go through this initiation, and what happens next is you have to start tuning in. You go through this discovery to really understand and know yourself. Know who you are, know what you want, know your soul, know your shadows. So, there we go. So I'm just going to read this for a second. Let's see. It's kind of stuck now.
Oops.
There we go. Okay. Your inner knowing leads you unequivocally to the life you're destined for, but only once you connect with it. So step 2 is learning how to truly connect and start listening to your inner knowing. Knowing begins the moment you start to shed the layers of who you've been told you are and begin to remember who you truly are. This process leads you to a profound inner discovery, your life calling, that you are worthy of your most joyful, abundant life, and what steps are needed to create it. Following your knowing, you will begin to take action and receive answers from your connection to this ultimate truth. Your awakening begins.
Now, there's a major key with this step. This is where free will comes in, because life can initiate and you can keep looping back to old patterns. But when that initiation happens and you take the action, that now you're on the epic journey. So you're past the starting point, you're on the road, and you get to start to realize, awaken, heal, empower, and build towards power.
I just wanted to add on to that too. It's like, that's where your mindset also comes in so strongly, because in this space, you're on a discovery to figure out what you want. So you start facing situations in your life that will require you to learn who you are, what you're worthy of, what you like, what you don't like. And so many of us fall into this trap where we think it's not working out, but really we're just in the discovery, right? So this is like a big mindset piece, is this knowing place.
The learning and growing.
Oh, the learning and growing. Okay, so once you are in your knowing, right? So now that your knowing has been activated, you've been given access to powerful tools of transformation and healing, unlocking the latent power that has been available to you the whole time, right? So this is where we start to see our gifts. This is where we start to also learn tools to seeing your perceived limitations for the illusion that they are and releasing them, allowing you to recognize, embody, and use your gifts. As a result, you will no longer be victimized by your life and circumstances. Your newfound abilities and the application of them transforms your life. You have fully awakened to yourself. This is a powerful time of self-healing and healing others, where you will step into your full authentic power. So this is really that stage where you start to recognize that you are a spiritual being, that you are here to not only change your own life, but how to make your life really happy and joyful, so that you can actually inspire others on their path. There is a whole part of the hero's journey where you return home to show others and teach others what you've learned. By gaining your gifts, by gaining your knowledge, by accepting them, by growing them, we return to share them.
And when you look at some of these archetypes and mythologies of the hero, and what Joseph Campbell, what Carl Jung pointed out, it's like you're going through a journey. You have to learn what you're capable of by facing life. So this power comes by you going on the journey. You get to discover your gifts. You get to apply the gifts. And that returning is when you come back renewed. You come back, in a way, reborn, which guides us to
freedom. So you live in the clarity of your purpose, enjoying the freedom to spend your life as you choose and the prosperity to enjoy the beautiful life you are powerfully able to co-create. You'll easily access the courage to pursue your soul's calling with openness and peace. You'll meet life with a new sense of joy, humor, faith, and trust. The whole world looks and feels different to you in every way. You are free to play, explore, and expand your sense of deep and everlasting connection and bask in the endless possibilities for fulfillment and adventure. You'll expand into deep, grounded presence and experience yourself as a creator. This is where the ease and flow of true mastery emerges. So through this journey, in the end, at least this is where I've kind of arrived with my mythic life, is I am so ready to enjoy and play. And that's what this freedom embodies. Like this, let's play in life. Let's really be in enjoyment in this adventure, in, with the love of our life, with our families, with traveling the world, whatever that mythic life might be.
With your interests, you may feel that intuition and then you get to meet it. What is that lifestyle? Because you have your free will. So to embrace this free will and lifestyle means what exactly? It's not just like once or twice a year going and taking a class to learn a new workshop. It's how is it applied in your daily life? Are you learning a new tool? Are you playing a new instrument? Are you singing? Are you designing something? Are you writing? Are you, talking to the angels and working through prayer? So this is where the play is. What is it to really embrace this into these lifestyles?
I love that. Okay, so next we go to, there's, a couple different ways of working with us. We have our super conscious mini course that's coming very soon. We have our membership soul guide, and of course our empowerment program, which is kind of the fundamentals of the Theta Healing certification courses. So these are really for people. Soul guide's more of a
along
membership.
with our coaching and support in embracing the tools from the Theta Healing fundamentals. And
if you are new, you can actually, Kate, do you mind popping in the chats just www.mythiclife.com? So if you want to go and join our mailing list, you can pop on there today, and you'll also get immediate, to tomorrow's event, you'll get the Zoom link and stuff like that.
If you are already in our email list, they should be good.
Yeah, you should be good.
You should be good.
If you showed up today, you should be good. If you joined from the Facebook group, you might want to get on here if you want to stay in touch.
Yes.
So really quickly, I want to go through the other pages. We're not going to spend much time on there. This is our anthem that we got to poetically write, and I was just going to read this to you guys really quickly. I just want to make sure there's no one else I have to invite on. Okay. So do you want to read it, or do you want me to read it? I feel like I've read a lot.
You want me to read it? Sure. So this as an anthem is really some of our core values of a mythic life. So we are mythic life, free thinkers, deep feelers, courageous trailblazers. We own our myth with our vibes, how we think, feel, and act. We believe that love is a given, not something earned, that spiritual is sexy, kindness is cool, and earth is sacred, that everyone has superpowers, and life is too boring without magic. We walk our talk, and when it gets real, we heal. We choose our path and make it epic.
That was really fun to write. So if you're new again, you can peruse this. You'll get to see our bios. The other way to get to know us is you can peruse our blog, which has our Wednesday inspirations that we send out. So when you click on them, you'll see a video and you'll get to know us better. And of course, if you have questions, you can go to contact us and write us a message if you're interested in learning more. So that's basically our little site in a nutshell. So I'm going to stop sharing because I'm noticing the time, and I really want to get to our ritual today.
Yes.
We'll take time from our questions, maybe if we have time at the end of this event, and or definitely tomorrow. Tomorrow is our community day. Tomorrow is the day where we're going to be mapping out your guys' mythic life. Eric has a whole design of actually how to take you back into time through your life so you can really start to notice those signature moments of when you had these opportunities to be on the path. And then we're going to take you forward to actually map out that mythic life. So that's going to be really exciting. Again, if you want to share this with anyone, you can invite them to the Facebook group. The replay will be there. It's going to be the same Zoom link every day, so you can also just forward them the email. And if you want to rewatch this ritual that we're going to do, then it's going to be there on the Facebook group. Otherwise, if you're on the newsletter, whatever, the main thing, you'll get the Zoom link there.
So what are we doing in this ritual? Are you ready to play?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready to play.
So one thing that was so important that we did in opening our doors at Theta Healing NYC was we opened and initiated a vortex. We wanted to have a container that was a sanctuary, that held a place of sacredness for people to go through transformation and heal and discovery. And the world is so different now. There's been so much evolution and change that you can still tap into sacred. You can be in sanctuary at any moment. And what we are doing today is we are activating a sacred site, a temple, a place that can enrich, support, and nurture your spirit and be a loving reminder to your epic journey. So to tap into this, we have to invoke it. We have to create it and initiate it. And to do so, we have to open a vortex. We need to open a portal to connect to this energy. Okay? So it is with intention, and we are bringing in many different elements to really hold this space. It is not just a meditation. It's something that is really beautiful and powerful.
So one thing we want them to do is,
something that you might want to do is to gather either a crystal, if you have one handy, or light a candle, if you have a candle handy, something that can be tied in. So as we start our ritual, as we open up this vortex, in meditation, just like when I lead a crystal layout, we're going to grid this together with intention. So if you're holding it, if you have that sacred object around you, it will be tied in. And what your participation in this ritual is going to be is projection. I want for you, through either holding this candle or this crystal or holding light in your heart, I want for you to, as you observe the ritual, to imagine being in the ritual with us, to project yourself into the vortex, and with your permission, I will energetically connect us all as a grid so that we are all accessing this. And then as we open up this vortex, we are then going to be going on a guided vision to connect into this life of the mythic life, into this sanctuary. Okay?
Basically, this is as Eric was saying, like, this is an ethereal container for your mythic life. So the practice of this is to actually connect to it at any time that you need to be reminded and you need to be connected to that soul essence. Each and every one of you has a beautifully designed mythic life. And sometimes we just need to be reconnected, reminded, get back in touch with that higher space. So that's really what we're doing today.
Yes.
And we're also going to be inviting your guides that are meant to serve and help you on this journey. It helps if you reach out to them as well, because it's a relationship, which means it's two ways. It's not just one way. So we actually are developing a relationship to this spiritual essence of our mythic life, the spirit of our mythic life, and also inviting in guides, creating this sacred sanctuary. Anything else, honey?
If you are bringing ritual into your life, there are some simple pointers that are just important as you create your own altars and rituals. No,
Want some water?
I'm okay.
Okay.
So it's important that you bless and clear the space. I remember guiding people in crystal layouts without clearing them or the space. And instead of going into a journey of their life, we went into the journey of the wayward spirit that was on them, which is cool, but
Not
it's
useful.
not them, and it can be distracting and you go on another whole path because they want you to do something for their life that was unfulfilled or something like that. And, that can be a real distraction. So it's good to clear the space. Okay, you can do this with intention. You can do it using the theta healing technique. You can do it using sage, a smudge, essential oils. But just having an epicenter of energy, having something powerful, can just empower it, enhances everything.
The other thing we're gonna do, because are we gonna go straight into it? We're gonna be blowing conches. I don't know if you saw our Facebook Live. The sound's gonna come out. It might be wonky. It might be amazing. But it doesn't travel that well via Zoom. So you're going to probably hear this buzzing noise.
It might be loud.
It might be loud. It might not be loud. I don't know. We tried it both ways with original sound, not original sound. So you guys will experience it. But do you want to tell them? Well, I think we already told them why we do the vibration. And by the way, Eric designed this whole ritual. So this isn't like specific to a tradition or a shamanistic practice. It's really something designed that came through to him in a vision. So some of the practices are, of course, like we have saging, and that's very...
Yeah.
Okay, so we're clearing now. Can they see us?
Yes.
Kind of. Okay. Sasha wants to come in. As Eric's going to be clearing this space, I'm going to be lighting the candles to begin bringing in energy into the space. want to check to make sure that you guys can hear us okay. Eric, do you want to do just a sound check to see if they can hear you from the circle? So if you can hear Eric, just give a thumbs up.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? We are inside
Maybe be a little
our
louder.
container.
Yeah. Thank you. So we're going to activate and finish the ritual, and then Eric's going to guide us through a vision questing to activate this portal in this grid.
Everybody, close your eyes. Feel into your heart as you hold your object. If you are without an object, connect into that spark within your heart. Feeling into that sanctity of your breath as you take slow, sustained breaths in and out. Breathing into the organs of your body. Feeling into that pulse, that vibration. Letting it find its harmony and rhythm with your slow, sustained breathing. As you visualize that this breath begins to ignite that spark in your heart, feeling this spark grow as a light throughout your body, feeling it pulse through your nerves, through your heart and your veins, feeling that ecstasy and vibration and calmness surging and flowing throughout your space as you continue to take slow breaths into your skin and your energetic field around you. Feeling into your environment, seeking your environment with your thoughts of being sacred, that wherever you are, that it is a sanctuary around you, that you could imagine seeing all of the objects surrounding you as divine light. Feeling throughout every object that it has life force, that it is a portal of love pouring into the universe, as you imagine them all being divine sparks. As you continue to breathe, every breath that you take in, imagine that your surroundings are feeding you life force and energy, that it concentrates into your space with your inhales. And as you exhale, imagine pushing up out of the top of your head, letting this divine light of your body flow up and out like a column of light going all the way up through the universe. As you breathe in, that you connect in with your environment, seeing it all become sparkling pearlescent light, feeding your energy, filling you up as a container. And as you exhale, going up and up through the universe. Visualize the universe shedding away as you project up through the layers upon layers of energy, letting all of the structures and forms shed away as you come up through a bright white light. And you feel an activation in your heart as you float up through this bright white light, letting it surround you and expand your energy as you come into a calm, relaxed state. And for a moment, you let go and you feel adrift. And you feel your body rocking and swaying. And I want for you to focus on letting go and surrendering, allowing everything to be, and feeling that sensation of release. And imagine that a golden light swirls around you, cocooning you in a ball of protection, and that it nurtures you, and that this ball begins to float upward, carrying you up through a feeling of emptiness and void. And you could see other spheres and balls and shapes outside of you in your mind's eye. And you feel yourself flashing through them, like lifting through stars, letting those stars shed away and coming into an open emptiness. And that this emptiness becomes light. And that in this light, you could imagine a spark concentrating and beginning to flicker. And that this flickering spark begins to grow. That it continues to build with more and more light. And it begins to shine like a sun or a star. And that it begins to illuminate its surroundings and grow through geometric shapes, that it starts to form into a pyramid. And you could see these beautiful lines of light as a three-sided pyramid. And it begins to spin. And as you feel it spinning, a new line is created, and it becomes a four-sided pyramid. and it grows larger and larger. And as it grows, new lines begin to form. It starts to have 4 lines and 5, becoming an octagon and a hexagon. And imagine it growing to a 7-sided, 3-dimensional sphere. And you can see through each of its facets, its windows, as a sacred geometric shape. And it begins to fill with light and life force and carry an essence. And imagine this essence being colors that you could feel blue coming in, fortifying it, and blessing it with strength and protection. That red pours into it, empowering it, giving it strength and courage. That orange comes into it, and golden and yellow, bringing abundance and connection. And that these colors oscillate within this 7-sided structure as it continues to grow with the more and more energy and life force that pours in. And as it grows and it fills with light, visualize that this light is shining out as rays of light pouring through the universe, through all of the ethereal realms, to the souls and the angels and the laws, to the ancestors and the masters, to the animals and the spirits, to the plant kingdom and the fairies and elementals, and to every molecule and atom. And that these rays of light were nurturing and supporting, and that as it reaches your soul, that orb, spherical soul on the ethereal realm, that it illuminates your soul, waking up those sleeping, dormant aspects, those gifts and abilities, those qualities of your personality, and that as it illuminates your soul, it pours into your body, filling you with this beautiful ray of light. And you feel it pouring through your crown, filling up your body with energy, and awakening a spark in your heart. This divine molecule, the seat of your soul. And as you feel this spark, imagine it beginning to spin, activating that calling, that purpose. And you hear that calling of your soul as you imagine lifting up through that ray of light, through your crown, following it up into that higher self, through your higher self into that orb of your soul. And that your soul rises up in that ray of light into the sanctity of this seven-sided object, that it holds space as a sanctuary. And it reminds your soul of purpose. And as you stand inside this object, you could feel the presence of those other intuitive beings. You could feel your connection with your angels and guides, with your higher self, with your counsels in the ethereal realms. And you realize that you are not alone. Imagine this sanctuary continuing to grow as more and more souls come and join, knowing that you have a family. Knowing that your life is a gift and that it is blessed with magic, and that you get to discover this mythic path. Feeling that ray of light continuing to pour into your space, knowing that this is a place you can return to at any time to connect with your soul family, to be reminded, to be nurtured and supported, that it will protect you and support you in guiding you. Imagine this ray continuing to surround you with light, feeling it into your body, filling you up from the bottoms of your feet, bringing unconditional light and love into every cell of your body, from that divine spark of the Creator through this sanctuary, through this portal, into your space. As you hold this connection and stay in this state of nurturing, listen to your heart. Follow your intuition. There may be guidance. There may be a message. There may be an activation or a realization. Stay open and allow for this transmission to come through. If you're feeling in need or a healing in your heart, I want for you to request this. And imagine from that sparkling pearlescent light that it pours into your space, nurturing you and fulfilling this request. Nurturing and healing and filling up every cell from the bottoms of your feet, through your legs, flowing through your belly, and your back, and your spine. That light continues to flow through your breath, through your shoulders and your arms and your hands, swirling up your neck and your face from the bottoms of your feet all the way up to your crown. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Take a moment and just feel. We are never disconnecting, unplugging. We are opening and activating. So even when you open your eyes, through your heart and through your crown, and through the cells of your body, you may have process, you may have memory, you may have some clarity come up. You may also just feel buzzing. Just let yourself be with it.
Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. So this is an activation, this is an invocation. So we have an invitation for you guys tonight to listen and pay attention to your dreams, but also waking dreams, images, messages, thoughts that may come to you today, tomorrow morning. This is really an opening, a portal for you to connect deeper. So it's our time to really be aware, be conscious, be open.
May flow through this afternoon, tonight with your dreams. Tomorrow we're going to play with this. We're going to reconnect through this portal, and we're going to explore what that mythic life is for each of you.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun and share, use some breakout rooms. It's going to be really cool and interactive. So today was the opening so that it can continue to flow. And tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, we will be reconnecting again. We'll open with an intention, quick meditation, and then get into this journey. We're going to be doing some writing, some journaling tomorrow, and really get to connect and celebrate and share with each other.
Yeah. So I invite you guys, if you want to replay this, or if you are replaying it now, like share your experience on the Facebook group, so we can all kind of get to see what messages you get in the meditation, but also throughout the day, any dreams that come to you. For me, I felt my heart just open. It's a deeper experience than I have had with this heart being open, so I'm really grateful. So please take a moment to share on the Facebook group what has been coming up for you. If you have some friends, colleagues, family members you'd like to join tomorrow to start mapping out their mythic life, they're invited as well. You can invite them to the Facebook group, and you can, of course, send them the Zoom link. We'd love to meet them.
Yes.
Anything else before we say au revoir?
Oh, we're so excited to be sharing this with all of you. If you want to read deeper on our website, some of our offerings there, if you want to share it with anybody, we're really excited about this new step and to connect with all of you in this new way. So thank you all for joining today. Get to see so many familiar names and faces, and tomorrow we'll have a lot of really fun interaction. So
hold on one second.
Yes.
We have an SOS of mythiclife.com doesn't work. You do have to put www.mythiclife.com if you're going to look at it.
It just went live today, so all of the search engines are still like, what's this? And trying to figure it out. And
it's
so
Mercury retrograde, so you know how that goes.
Yes, please.
We love you guys. Let us know if anything doesn't work out, though, and we'll keep looking into it. We love you guys.
Kisses, Hadia.
But,
Bye.
yeah.
It's great to see you all. See you tomorrow, everyone.
Tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Thank you for joining.